All right, so to make that shape you're talking about, I'm gonna delete this cube. I'm going to make a cube. I'm gonna press S to zoom in on it. I might raise it up. I want it to be thin. Of course, if I press in T, it won't do it. If I want to, I can do it this way, or I can just go straight into editing it. So to do that is using editable poly, and I can press C or press the button. So I'll press C. Now it's here. I will click on faces. I'll click on this again, just so I can get the this whole object mode to work. And I'll scale it in. Now I'll press faces. I'll choose this right one, this left one. I said that all wrong. Left and right. And then I will right click, and then I will do extrude. And then I will just click. I'll go over here and do it. I'll just click and hold and drag. And you see it stopped. So all I gotta do is go over here to the offset. Have it in here some more. Perfect. So if I want to drag those other parts down, I can, we can make the shape that you made two different ways. I can select this face right here. Oh, wait. See what I did? If you look at my icon, it still has that box. That means that the extrude tool is still on. So I didn't end it. So to kill or to quit the tool, you're gonna press 9. So now that I press 9, it's gone. Okay, so I will click on this face right here, and then I can drag it up, and then that will make the shape that you were looking at. And of course, if it's not like, exactly how you want it, you could just take these right here, holding down Control to deselect, and you can drag that up. Or here's the other way you can make it. I can go over here to points, select this point and this point, and look at this. It's like hard for me to select and hold down Shift. So let me just be smart about it. Get my rectangle selection, select these, hold down Shift, select these. So now I have NG, I have these 2 points, and then I can just drag it down like this. So you have those options on controlling the shape. I'm gonna do NB just so you can see it. So this should give you, some idea how to do this.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. Is there anybody else? Like I said, I have no problem. This being recorded so you can see whatever thing I'm doing, later on. Or you can see it forever, as long as I have that YouTube channel up.
So is it like the options on the side of the screen that allow you to select the points like that in the faces?
Yes. So this is how, like in Maya, we would right click and then we would choose the points in the faces. In this program, we would choose them from over here. There's a there's a oh wait, it's saying 4. I don't think that's right though. 4. I feel like there's a shortcut. I just can't
Because I saw the last video, you said it was like C for points.
No. Well, I said C for points?
I think so.
Oh, no. This is what I meant. What you have to do is in order to get the points, you have to press C. So like this right here, right? I can move it and everything. It's not like Maya where they're all available. You have to, like in this mode, you're able to like change the way the geometry looks, mess with the scale and the height, and then you can mess with the segments in this and this, right? But then if you want to start grabbing the points, you have to press C or press this button right here to make it editable. And once you press this, now the points become available. And now you can manipulate this with the points. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, I can go over it again.
So pressing C makes the points editable.
Yeah, it makes those options available. So in Maya, when you right click and you do the points, vertexes, and edges, it's already like on the geometry. You don't have to like press anything to convert it. So this kind of works like this. We select this, right? So this button right here, it's like a toggle. It goes from model to object, right? So right now this is an object, so it's moving it like this, and I can move it all like this, right? And if I want to model it, because I've already pressed C, I can press these buttons. But let me show you this. If I go and I get a, whatever geometry I have, right? If I'm in this mode, right? And if I want to hit, use the vertices and I press vertex or edge or faces, it won't work, right? It'll only be able to move. It'll only be able to adjust, the segments. I click on this right here and I can get these points to like help me make the object. I mean, to get the base shape, the height, you know what I'm saying? The simple things that make the object, right? But if I want to break it down even more to mess with, I have to click on this, make editable, or press C. So this and pressing C is the same thing. So once I press this, it like changes it into another mode where now it's saying, okay, we can go beyond these controls, and now we can choose these points, and we can, choose the edges and then the faces, and we can do all these things to now manipulate the object even further.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like the same
Yeah.
thing, but you have to do the extra step of pressing C in order to like, get the components, which are these. Did that help?
So it sounds like you said pressing C allows you to do the face, the edge, and the points, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only like real difference. You have to press C, and then if you want to like move it again overall, you just press this thing. So it's basically like you press this, you move it, and then when you press this, oh, you know what this is? This is basically like object mode. So in Maya, well, we're on faces. Now we're on face mode. Hey, we're on faces. And then you want to move the whole thing again, click on this. Now we're in object mode. So we're back to not choosing anything but the entire object. Want to work on the edge? Go back here now. But if I have a new shape like this, S. Ooh, my. But if I have a new shape and I want to work on the vertices and I want to grab the top, I cannot do it. So basically, pressing C is like transforming it into something that you can mess with. Whereas everything else, whereas the shape is like by default is just, this is what this does. But
Okay.
if I wanted to have like 3 segments right here, and I've already pressed C, because once you press C, you can't go back, right? It's done. So if I wanted to have 3 segments right here, what I'd have to do is go over here to like loop path cut, and then like put them in myself afterwards.
Oh, sort of like the bottle thing in Maya.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we about to do some bottles too, actually. Yeah. Speaking of bottles, somebody throw out some bottles so I can find some bottles.
Coke bottle.
Nah, I don't want to Coke. Drinking liquor.
Pellegrino.
Pellegrino. Nah,
Yeah.
no wait, no, it's water. Right? Cut it out, man.
I just thought the most random thing that came to mind.
Okay, let me see where's.
Oh, before we get into the bottle stuff, I have another question.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
maybe 2 questions. So when you press C, how do I phrase this? So when you press C and then you go back to model mode, you're not allowed to change the size of the object anymore?
So let me do this. S. Oh, wait.
Or well, I can still transform it, but the little yellow dots have disappeared.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like cone. All right, let's just say cone. Oh, let me press 9 to get off that tool. So it's like this. In this mode right here, you're able to add the segment. So it's kind of like in Maya. Oh, I guess you can always do it in Maya until you delete the history. But it's like you can have the shape like this, and you can so you can have the shape like this, and now we can mess with the base shape by making our default edges and our rotations, making it more round. Um, Top radius. Oh, didn't even know it was top radius. Oh, it's kind of like a cylinder, I guess, right? But I just didn't know it could do that. Bottom radius. So we have all these options to make it like this, so it's like the default shape. Now, if you want to have those dots come back, all you have to do is click on this, right? And so it's still in the mode. It's still not in editable mode. So it's still in this like default shape creation mode. And so these dots and all this will be here, and all that stuff is there before we want to start messing with like, with like warping it. So I guess that's a good way to say it. So once we're gonna warp it, like, and what I mean by warp it with points, edges, and faces. So it's, I'm gonna try to explain it with my. It's trying to think of another way to think of it. It's almost like oh, you know what? Here's a good way to say it. This will always be a cone, right? No matter what. If it's like flat, if it's skinny, if it's tall, if it's short, it'll always be a cone, no matter how many edges it has, no matter how many rotation segments it has. Even if it's like this, right? Still a cone, right? But once you press C and edit it and move this, it's no longer a cone anymore. It's like some other object. So, and once it's in this mode, you can't get those dots back. You can't edit it again. Also, if you look over here, everything's disappeared. The only thing you can do is alter its scale. Wait, that's position. Yeah, so you can only like, alter it almost like you're pressing R. I mean not R. I mean T. T in cinema, R in yeah. So you can do all this in this mode, but as far as like adjusting it and having it like be perfect, because a cone and all these shapes at first. Wait, let me go back here. Everything's perfect. Even though it's like rough or even if it's sliced, right? It's still perfect. But after you edit it, it's no longer like a default primitive, I guess. I hope I'm explaining it right. I hope that worked. Like I said, it's really weird coming from the other program because it took me a while to get my head around it, wrap my head around it. But I
Yeah,
hope
it's definitely
that
a little weird, but I think it makes sense.
yeah, it's just strange. In 3ds Max, you have to do the same thing because you make the default shape, you can alter it, you can do all this stuff, and then you have to make it editable. It's called editable poly, so editable polygons. So I guess these polygons aren't editable; they're just like default, mathematically made and perfect, and like these lines right here are gonna be parallel with these, 100% perfect, and so. I guess when it's editable, then it's like, oh yeah, we're editing it, so it's no longer its base shape. Well, I guess it still is that shape until you touch an edge or vertice or face. So, I mean, yeah, that's the weirdo part about it. you know, especially coming from another program. I don't know if you've like, if the people who are just starting this program are like, oh, totally makes sense. And then for you, because you did another program, it's like, what? So, yeah, that's how it is. Oh, they made a strange shape. Okay. Let me see this. Can't tell how much time I have. Yeah, I don't know how much time we got. All right, but I'll get it started then. So, any other questions? No? Okay. I mean, I didn't wait.
Wait. One question, real quick.
Yeah. What's up?
Yes, sorry. So when you place a sphere,
Mhm.
the inside of the sphere is not filled, right?
Inside? What do you mean by the inside?
Like
You mean
like
this?
so
NG?
I'm trying to like extrude a facial expression like into the sphere, like carve it into the sphere. So with a cylinder, you could inner extrude and then like let's say you inner extrude the top down to the base, then you kind of get like a cup kind of like thing, right?
Like this, you mean? If I take a cylinder
Yes, and
and
you
then
you extrude the top to the base, like all sides, the top to the base.
okay, for if you want to make a cup shape, this is how I suggest doing it. I'm gonna keep it on the default with the rough edges, right? Um, but if you were to do it, you would click on polygons.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean polygons. First, we have to edit it. Haha, see, slipped up. Um, so I want to get all these top faces. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna put it in this mode. Well, I guess there's two ways we can do it. I can do this, and I can hold down and paint it. Yeah, I'll just do it like that, right? I'm gonna press NG just to be able to see anything, NB. Now, if I want to extrude this in, this is how I would do it. I would right click, extrude. Oh, actually, this is a different one. Let me see what happens. I'm gonna click on extrude, and I'm gonna click and drag. So this is dragging me up and down like this, which is kind of what we want, but not what we want. So let me do this. I'm gonna quit that. I'm gonna press 9. Maybe this is the way to do it. Right click, extrude inner. Ah, that's it, right? So what
Yeah.
this is doing is extruding it inner. So this is like basically like making the lip of our cup. And so once I get to something, the area I want like this, right? I can then right click and do a extrude and then click and drag. And you see what? It's going in there. But you know, I ran out of screen to drag. So then I'll just use this offset right here and do it.
Okay. I think I've been doing it wrong.
See, look, I pushed it too far through the cup now.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think I did it wrong. Okay, I think I know where I did it wrong.
okay, cool. Oh, and just for a little added bonus on this, peep this, right? Let's say I wanted to make the edge of this cup like smooth. I mean, like this instead of being just like hard, like that, like ice. We can bevel it. But if I click on this, it's not. Now, if we were in Maya, if I double clicked on this, it would give me the whole ring. But in Cinema 4D, you have to type in UL, right? Now I type in UL, it's giving me this ring. So I'll click on it. Now I'll hold down Shift, and I'll click on this one. So now I have these two edges selected. Now if I right click and I go to bevel, click and drag, now I've just rounded the edge of my cup. And I'll press 9. And you know, I mean, it's a slight thing, but just showing you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Man, I wish you could see the time on here. Let's see. Okay. So that being said, let's start this other thing. Who? Oh yeah. So throw out a bottle for me so I can. Alcohol. Somebody give me some
Henny.
bottles to look up. Huh?
Any.
I actually spelled it right. Is it? Let's see, bottle. Okay. So this is what you do. You all can see my screen to Google. So you would go to, click on the bottle. You would go to tools. You go to size and go to large, right? Because I want the largest size bottle I can get. Okay, this would work. I don't want it to be PNG necessarily. That's just for me. But let me see. Should I do this one? I'll choose. This is important because I want to get like one that's in the center but also has a background. Yeah, we'll do this. Something funky. Nah, actually. Yes, keep it real. I'll do this one. All right, so right click, and I'm gonna do save image as, and I'll save it somewhere. Downloads, save. And then I will now go to Cinema. So now I'm back in Cinema. I'll delete this. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna send out another Zoom link. I'm gonna save this video, and then I'm just gonna do like a fresh video doing this bottle, and I'll just like run through it, and then it'll be recorded. So things should be easy. So I'm gonna send out a Zoom immediately right now, and I'm gonna start that recording. So yeah, just check your email. I'm gonna make that meeting this second. So come right back.